Hello, Stampers! I thought I'd ease into the week with a simplistic scene here, and I don't think it's any less beautiful than some of the more difficult scenes that I've put together. So this one comes together pretty fast. It's all stamping, and it's with the Pick of the Patch set from Stampin' Up. This is a new set that's in September, December 2023 Stampin' Up catalog. It's the mini catalog. I call it the holiday catalog because it has all the holiday stuff in it. And this can be bundled up even with a punch that coordinates with it, and it punches out a couple of the different pumpkins, some leaves, a stem. I didn't use the punch today, but I just wanted to make you aware of that. And I've listed all the products down below this video that I used today and the links to get them, and also all the dimensions for our cute card today. So you can find them down there. So we're going to get started on our project today. And we're going to start with a 3.5-inch square piece of basic white. And I'm just going to take a Post-it note. And this is a 3x5 Post-it note. And if you line your little Post-it note up on your grid pad, if you use a grid pad, which makes it simple, you can get your Post-it note pretty straight on there so you have a nice horizon line going on. So there is our horizon line that we'll be making for our pumpkins to sit on. And then I'm going to take just a bit of Moody Mauve. This is a color that I just love. It's just a nice muted pink. I don't know how else to describe it. I put a little bit on my brush and then I'm just kind of taking it off because we want this background pretty light. If you don't have it light enough, your pumpkins will appear like a purpley pink color. We don't want that, so we just get some of that right there. And I left the edges around there white. And I just used a circular motion. So we have that, and then we're going to take another blending brush and we're going to go to Pecan Pie. And I just want to put a little bit of this pecan pie at the bottom. Again, we're going to put some on our brush and then kind of wipe some off. And I'm just putting it along the edge of that Post-it note. And this will be like our ground area. This kind of grounds our pumpkins and shows that there's sky and ground. So we have that. So simple. And then we can take our Post-it note off. So there is our sky and our little bit of ground. We're done with our Post-it note. Now we're going to start stamping our pumpkins. These pumpkins are kind of multi-pieced, so it's really nice. I'm going to take this large pumpkin here. I'm going to load it with pumpkin pie. Of course, we have to have pumpkin pie in here. And I'm going to stamp it here on our panel. And I just came down just to the bottom of that line there. So there was that pumpkin. Now we're going to go a little darker here. I'm going to bring in some Cajun crepes for our next little pumpkin. You want a color difference here, and you definitely want to go darker because we're going to be stamping part of this pumpkin over top of the other one. There we go, just like that. So if you had that lighter, it wouldn't appear the same way. It wouldn't appear like it's in front of the other pumpkin. So we have that done. Now we need some stems. I'm going to go back to that pecan pie. It's nice to repeat colors in your scene. Keeps everything kind of not so busy. So I have a little stem here that comes with it, a little stem stamp. And I'm just going to stamp that on our big pumpkin. And then I think I'm going to kind of tilt it to the side for the smaller one, just so it looks a little different. And it's not just sticking straight up just like the other one. So that was pecan pie, and I'm going to stay with that color, and I'm going to add some leaves here around the bottom side of our pumpkins. Get them in our little scene. Super cute. And now I just want to stamp our vine. So I'm going to go to Old Olive, my standby green. It seems to be good for every season. And I have this little vine piece here. I'm just going to stamp this. I want it kind of coming off the large pumpkin up by the stem. There we go. So there is that. And then I want to stamp our sentiment there in the white area. And I'm going to use the sentiment comes out of that set, says you're the pick of the patch. Everybody wants to hear that. So I'm just going to add this right there. Cute. How cute is that little scene? Now you could get elaborate with this. You could put trees in the background or whatever, but I think it's just beautiful just the way it is. So I'm going to finish this off. I just want to add just a tiny bit of bling here. I'm going to put a rhinestone right on the end of that vine. Just going to grab one of these small rhinestones and put it right on the end there, just for a little bit of bling. Just a little bit of sparkle. Okay. So now I'm going to add this to a piece of Moody Mauve cardstock. And this cardstock is just 1/8 inch larger than our main panel here. It just kind of frames it out nicely. I'm going to use my multi-purpose glue here, but you use whatever adhesive you'd like. I like that multi-purpose glue because it gives me a minute to kind of slide things around, because I'm not always straight on my first attempt. There we go. So there is our main panel. Now I want to work on, I have 2 panels here of basic white, and these are both the same size, one for the inside and one for the front of the card, and they're 4 by 5.25 each. I'm going to get that Moody Mauve ink back out and the blending brush. And I just want to put a little bit of a pattern on these 2 pieces of paper. Now I'm bringing this mask out from the Abundant Beauty decorative mask set. This is a wonderful mask set that has sunflowers in it and leaves and stuff, but I just wanted a little bit. I didn't want my background to be too busy. I wanted it to be just very subtle. So I'm just taking some of that Moody Mauve here, and I'm lightly adding some of that here and on my panel, just like that. There's one. Now I'm going to do the one for the inside the same way. But I think I'm just going to add a little bit up here in the corner and some down here at the bottom. So don't worry about getting all, like a whole houndstooth in. You got bits and pieces there. So that is that, and use that mask. Okay, so we can finish the front of our card here. And I have a Moody Mauve card base, and I'm going to add this to it. We're just going to put that on the front. Oh, better put my ink pad up, else I will have my elbow in it for sure. Okay. So just put this on the front. I just like that little bit of something going on in the background for that panel. And then I'm just going to add, I have just a tiny little piece here. This is a 1/2 inch by 5.25, and this is a piece of DSP that came out with a new DSP pack all about autumn. So it's beautiful in that Moody Mauve color, and it has copper going through the design. I don't know if you can catch that in the light. Beautiful paper. And when you use just little slivers of this, that paper will go on forever, right? We're so bad about buying paper and not using it. You don't feel as bad when you just yank out just a small piece of it, right? I still have quite a bit, even after 2 cards, I still have quite a bit of just that one piece. I'll show you this paper. It has so many different beautiful designs in it. Here's the piece that I use. See, I only use just a tiny bit of that for 2 cards. So there's that. We have all of these different colors here with that copper going through them, right? So lots of choices for that type of paper. And then if you flip over to the other side, you have so many scene-like pieces. Beautiful stuff here, beautiful stuff. So pick that up. Okay, so we have our card front on. Let's go ahead and pop this up on the front of our card. See how that houndstooth there just gives a little something, but it's not like overwhelming. So I'm just going to use, have a little scrap of dimensionals here I'm going to use to pop my panel up with. I say use those scraps. Got this piece here, I think I'll just tear it in half, and I end up with so many scraps from classes that I hold. There we go, got the ends off of that, and we're just going to center this up in our card front here. Just want to give that a look. Looks good. Okay, so there is the front of our card, super cute. Let's stamp a sentiment on the inside. I think I'm just going to use Happy Halloween, but it has another cute sentiment I think would be adorable on the inside. That you're the pick of the patch would also go with the thanks so much, I think. And there's a harvest of blessings you could use, and cutie pie. So if you wanted to do pie shapes on here. So I'm just going to take my sentiment and I'm going to stamp it with Memento Tuxedo Black, like I did the sentiment on the front of the card. There we go. Yeah, we don't always have to have scary Halloween cards. They can be just pretty much happy fall cards, right? So here's one for you this morning. Now, you certainly could make those pumpkins jack-o'-lanterns. There is a face in that stamp set you can stamp on them. I just wanted to keep mine nice and cute. So there's our inside, there's the outside, and there's our card for today. I hope you enjoyed this project and that it gives you some ideas and some inspirations to get those pumpkins out and get stamping. Thanks for joining me today. Toodles!